All right, welcome back, everybody. Part 2, Day 2 of the Battle of Chickamauga, September 19th, 1863. One of the things I'd have to say about Chickamauga on this game, as compared to most of the major battles, is that it probably, of all the battles, is the one that changes the most in terms of from one playthrough to the next. So much can happen differently. Just because of the nature of this battlefield, the way it's spread out, the way it keeps expanding, the way that forces can kind of come out of nowhere and sneak up on you when you least expect it. One of the things that I'm thinking about this time around is that I know you don't have to hold all of the main areas of objectives in order to win. So I'm kind of thinking about where I want to hold and where I want to just let him have it. Honestly, for now, though, the main thing I'm thinking about is how I can consolidate my forces and make things a little bit easier for me. By having a stronger position rather than having a bunch of isolated units that can't defend themselves easily. So I'm thinking, at least for the time being, about just conceding to him Jay's Mill. Even though that's absolutely required for victory no matter which way you look at it. What I may do here is just pull back to this position. Try to inflict a lot of casualties. And then eventually take it back when the time comes. Likewise with Brotherton Road. Brotherton Road is, let's look here, it is required no matter how you look at it. Any way that you're going to win, you have to hold that objective. But again, I'm going to pull back. And get myself in a stronger position defensively. Try to inflict a lot of casualties on him. And then take the objective back at the end of the battle. I haven't tried this strategy before, so it may not be the best way to go, but I thought I'd give something different a try this time around. At least for now, until I get more reinforcements, I'm going to throw some skirmishers down here. Just to cover this side. And likewise with these Louisiana Tigers, I'm going to bring some guys down here just to cover this gap in my line. I'm going to hold off on my supplies until I know who's going to need them. So not a lot's going to happen here in this first part. Just because the enemy has so few troops on the battlefield. He's up to 9,000 now. But more and more, there are going to be reinforcements coming in on both sides. But this is such a slugfest, such a long fight, that I want to set myself up for long-term success rather than just trying to fight a bunch of small battles and hang on for dear life. So I'm putting myself in the strongest position possible to be able to advance on him and take everything when it comes. I should have some reinforcements. I don't see them yet. Here we go. Okay. We're going to throw Wharton there. Stewart here. Get these 10-pounders up. I'll get the Texas Brigade over here. Move these 10-pounders back a little bit. And I've got some 24-pounders here too. I think I'll put them right over here somewhere. Napoleons, let's see. Let's get them a little closer to the action, at least for now. Alright, still nothing happening. He's getting more men onto the field, though. There, he just got a bunch of reinforcements. So he's up to almost 18,000, 17,000 now. I just got to watch these Napoleons moving them out as far front as I have. I'll have to drop them back at some point. Oh, somebody's firing. Doesn't appear we're even going to make contact with the enemy in part 1 here. Alright, well, we'll come back when we've got something to show. Oh, just as I was about to do something and stop recording, here comes an attack. Okay, now we shift to the next phase. At this point, he's actually got more troops on the field by about 8,000. I'm going to bring these skirmishers out and see if I can get out on Cruft's flank. More reinforcements. Some of my smaller brigades. Awesome. Okay. We're going to go ahead and let Cobb's skirmishers get reattached to their parent unit. Same with the Orphan Brigade. Right now, he's got a big advantage in numbers on me. Well, not big, but, I mean, 7,600 men. We're going to wait until the odds are a little more in my favor before I do any advancing. We gotta drop these Napoleons back now. Keep a close eye here on what's happening. I want to try and take out this battery if I can. Go. I'm going to send Perry just to give a little bit of support so this unit's not all by himself. Alright, Wharton, back off. Back off. That's why. Alright, that's going to do it for this part of the battle. Now we just continually expand the battlefield. It gets bigger and bigger. Alright, let's pause for just a second and kind of get the lay of the land here. I do not believe we need this part, this objective here, Lee and Gordon's Mills. Next we have Vineyard Field right there, Brotherton Cabin, Kelly's Field. So, we can go with holding Vineyard Field, Lee and Gordon Mills, or Horseshoe Ridge. But then we have to have Jay's Mill, Brotherton Field, Kelly's Field, and Brotherton Cabin. So if we just ignore this objective altogether, we can shift everybody up this way and take the other ones. And that, I mean, this is a relatively easy objective to take. So that would mean we wouldn't have to take Vineyard Field or Horseshoe Ridge. Which Horseshoe Ridge isn't even on the field yet. So maybe we can just ignore this one. Take the one down here. That might be the way to go, because this is a relatively easy objective to take. So maybe that's the way I'll go. We're going to bypass this. I've never done this before. I usually go after this objective. Instead, I'm going to shift these units up this way. Start focusing on the other objectives. In the meantime, though, I got to pull these guys back. Here comes all my cavalry. very content to hang tight right here for now. And you can see why. I mean, like Hubbard, for example, 414 kills, 21 deaths. Overall, on the field now, we've got about a 5,500 man advantage. I'd like to see that increase to over 10,000 before I really go on the offensive. These supplies actually probably be better off up here somewhere. I just got to be careful they don't get captured. Alright. I want to kind of do this quickly and all at once. General Lee, you should stay to the rear. Keeping an eye on things here. No threats, really, of any kind. Gotta keep an eye on my supply for my artillery. Okay. Ran the guy off from the defense of the bridge. And now we just hold the objective. And then he'll go back to the bridge and hold it again, but I don't care. Because I don't need the bridge. I'm a little nervous about leaving these supplies out here like this. In fact, I'm going to send them to rendezvous with these guys and then give them an escort the rest of the way. Okay, numerically I'm up to 6,200 now. I want to get that up to 10,000 before I try to take the objective. Alright, we'll bring Meredith down on this guy's flank just so we can deal with him. We've got some ammo issues on the left flank. It looks like it's the artillery. But they're doing really well, so I want to go ahead and resupply them if I can. Cavalry's on the scene. They're in good condition, good morale. So we'll find a place to make use of them. Okay. By the way, William O'Hare, there you go. There's O'Hare's Ohio Outlaws. That was the name you requested. Some Ohio boys fighting for the Confederacy. We're going to press them ahead. We do not need this objective here. Alright. I'm going to bring the cavalry out. I know he's probably got infantry up here. I gotta be careful. He wouldn't have his artillery out that far in front of infantry. But let's see if 2,200 cavalrymen can take this battery out quickly. Not quickly enough. They're gonna move. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we're going to get him. Bye-bye, Swallow. You're done. Nice. That's the nice thing about using a lot of cavalry at once. They're like locusts. They can consume something quickly. Alright. I don't think we're going to get all these objectives in the next hour. Probably not going to happen that fast. Start swinging this infantry around. I'm going to shift Hodgson around. Alright, O'Hare's Ohio Outlaws. Here's your first chance for glory. You're going to charge this battery and destroy it. Alright, a little too far there, guys. So they're going to be routed, at least temporarily. Not a big deal, though. Alright, let's pause for just a second right there. Got about a 7,000 man advantage in numbers. I could advance here, but I'm not in any hurry to do that. I'll wait a little while on that one. This objective's in good shape. I got to be a little careful down here because I've got some of these guys hitting me in the rear. I do need this objective and this one. So I need these two as well as this one for victory. Right here in the center is where it's going to be brutal. Alright, so let's just go ahead and move out and take this last objective here. Oh boy, there's more men there than I thought there'd be. Alright, let's pull Peabody back. Pull McNair back a little bit. And we'll hang tight for now. Going to focus on this. Dodger's going to get in my rear. That's kind of a pain in the butt. Pardon the pun. Alright, let's get these supplies up. Oh boy. My cavalry got pulled to his rear. So I got a little too greedy with my cavalry there. Two of them got out. Third one's going to be back here to the rear. Alright, so one objective here. Numerical advantage is still floating right around 7,000. It's staying pretty even. Well, Stuart, one more volley should do this battery in. Attack or wait? Yeah, that is the question, isn't it? Okay. So I secured Kelly's Field with my cavalry. Not entirely sure they're going to be able to hold it. We'll see what happens. I need Jay's Mill and Brotherton Cabin. Jay's Mill right here, which should not be an issue. Brotherton Cabin, which I already hold. So honestly, at this point, as long as he doesn't come up after this cavalry, I'm good. We can back O'Hare's boys off because we don't need that objective. I thought I did. What is that? Oh, Vineyard Field down there. What is this up here? Brotherton Cabin. I do need Brotherton Cabin. Okay, I thought so. So we'll make that move when the time comes. For now, let's just inflict casualties right here. The same right here. I've got a numbers advantage. I'm going to have the positional advantage as well. Okay, I'm now a 9,000 man advantage. I hold everything I need to hold, except for one, and I'll be able to take that soon. This is the only objective left. I'm not in a huge hurry to take it. I'll move on it when I need to move on it. So let's go ahead and speed things up. These guys are all but shattered. I'm going to keep pushing forward just because I'm worried about him going after this cavalry and running me off. In fact, I'm going to run these guys up there. Now he's got to deal with 3 units of cavalry, not just one, if he decides to go after it. Alright, we got to get this infantry resupplied. Still 3 hours to go. Oh, look at this. He's coming after me. Okay. Not a problem. In fact, I'm going to start shifting some resources that way. Including artillery. Whoa, wait, what? Hey! That's what I was a little worried about. That's fine. We're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way then. Hold on, cavalry. Wait till the infantry comes up. He just doesn't have the numbers to hold me off. Alright, that objective's secure. We gotta worry about this one now. Dang. This is the one and only place that I'm struggling right now. Alright, we'll let everybody recover a little bit here before we make the final push. That includes you, cavalry. Back off. Yeah, so I'm going to sit tight here for a few minutes with these guys. Oh, what are you doing, Hodgson? There's a brigade down here that I don't see. Okay, then. Big gap in my line. This is the problem with Chickamauga. They'll show up when you least expect it, and they'll hit you where you don't know they're coming. So I've got to get back to Brotherton Road, take that. I'll send some units that way. You really do just have to park units on every objective and just sit there with them, just to be safe. Brutal, brutal battle. Definitely not my finest hour as a commander, for sure. But that's what Chickamauga will do to you. Okay. We've got that one. We've got this one. We've got that one. We've got that one. We've got this one. Just got to take this one. There we go. Alright, I have all of the objectives. Now I just gotta hold them. Kelly's Field, check. Brotherton Cabin, check. Vineyard Field, I don't believe that's necessary. Let me double check. Yeah, we're good. One of those plus all of these. Man, that's an ugly battle. I will not be sorry to see that one go and be in my rearview mirror. Casualties are horrendous on both sides. Alright, let's finish this up. Just keeping one eye at all times on all these objectives. Just to be sure. Because he's going to make a run for something somewhere. if you can. Looks like it's going to be here. Or here. Alright, I think I'm solid. I'm good to go. I hope. 10 minutes, anything can happen on this battle. Yeah, we're going to pull Peabody back. 5 minutes. Oh, no, you don't. Not in the last 2 minutes. All right. So, there we have it. Literally within 9 men of exactly the same number of infantry. Bottom line, casualties 20,000 for me, plus what I lost among my artillery and cavalry. 28,000 for him. Ugh, I hate that battle. I really, really do. But look at that. 10,000 Harper's Ferry 1855s are coming my way between rescued and captured. That's about half of the number I lost right there in terms of men. Not a lot of other things, but my big question is how many more men does he get back to replace the 30,000 he just lost? He's getting 93,000 more. That's just demoralizing. It really is, because you inflict casualties after casualties after casualties. And then they throw 71,000 men at him before Chickamauga and another 94,000 men after Chickamauga, basically negating everything that you've done. And now I'm looking at 13,000. What do I have to show for it? 40, 44. I've only got 57,000 men to deal with his 163,000 he's got at this point. It really just makes you feel like you shouldn't have wasted your time going after all those casualties. And we know we got these big, big battles coming up here. So I'm just curious to look at some of these and see what I'm going to be dealing with. Saunders Farm, for example. What's he going to have there? $66,000. And I can bring in 35 brigades. So, yeah, it's going to be ugly regardless. It's going to be an uphill climb. So there you have it. You see that maybe I'm starting to think that in the short term, inflicting those casualties was nice. But in the long term, it may be better off that I have these bigger brigades. But what I'm thinking is I'm really going to focus on getting as many 3 stars as I can. And you see I'm going to have a bunch of them here now. So I'm going to focus on veteran troops as much as I possibly can. So there you have it. I welcome your comments, your questions, your observations. It's been a long video already, so I'm going to wrap it up right here and just say, as always, thanks for watching. We'll come back with another battle here in a few days, and we'll see you again soon.